cold, biting at everybody, you know. As a surviving family member, I really do love attending these events because it does bring us together to celebrate and honor our heroes. It's painful, yes, but it brings joy, I think you will find out, to the families that are here celebrating their loved ones. Like I said, it's a great privilege. Short guy. It's a great privilege to stand before you with these distinguished group of public servants, proud family members, and brave members and supporters of Imperial Valley's law enforcement community. And it's an honor to join you in paying tribute to those public servants who died in the line of duty. The officers we remember today were doing what they were trained and sworn to do, saving the lives of their colleagues, protecting innocent bystanders from harm, subduing and apprehending dangerous suspects, and pursuing those who attempted to flee from justice. And as we all gather here today, please remember that their deaths represent only one very small part of their stories. Our nation, this county, our state, and this community recognizes them as brave people. We remember here today, we remember them and many others as not just our fallen heroes, colleagues and friends and dads, but we have memories of laughter and joking around, memories of dinner time, gatherings during holidays, playing outside, and some of us sitting here, standing here, inevitably and painfully think of those memories that never came to be. Many times, as you might guess, that's heavier on the soul than just trying to remember something that you may have forgotten. No words spoken can fill the voids left in the lives of the families, and not just the families, but of friends and co-workers left behind. And yet we must find solace in the fact that no act of violence nor any other circumstance can ever erase what they did and who they were from our hearts and minds. We will always remember them. Over 135 years ago, Abraham Lincoln wrote to a grieving mother who had lost her 5 sons in the war. And he handwrote these words to her. I pray that our Heavenly Father may assuage this anguish of your bereavement and leave you only the cherished memory of the loved and lost, and the solemn pride that must be yours to have laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. Today, because of the sacrifice of my family and your families, the freedom we enjoy in this nation, in this state, and more importantly for us at this special time in this community, is stronger, sturdier, and more secure. I thank you for being here during this evening of honor and remembrance, and thank you for being here to open your hearts one more time to honor these heroes as we stand here surrounded by many who knew them, and surrounded by people who love them, and surrounded by people who worked day in and day out with them. As you all know, my dad was a DEA agent who was kidnapped and murdered in Mexico in 1985. His kidnapping in broad daylight, the nature of his capture and the circumstances of his death captured the hearts and minds of this nation. And many of us remember that during that time, that my father's whereabouts were unknown, how the border was closed, ordered closed, physically closed, gates locked. And we remember the days that every vehicle passing had to go through secondary inspection from every car passing through the border, from San Diego to Brownsville, for days. And the hours and hours of delay to prove the point that we may sometimes take for granted is that even the life of one public servant lost has an enormous effect on the entire community, on the entire state, and on the entire nation. And that we demand, and we will get justice, even if it takes a little longer than normal. It has been over 30 years now since my father was flown home with military honors. It's been over 30 years now that the memorial service was held in Calexico, and the nation was watching it live. The impact of his death and the circumstances surrounding the political fallout, for lack of a better term, of his murder still influence international decisions and international policies today. And many of you out there know that my dad, although always smiling, laughing, and never one to pass on playing a joke on somebody, respected those that shared his values of duty, honor, and commitment. And believe me that although he died when I was 11, those values were discussed and taught in my home, and some of those values I learned the old-fashioned way. Thank you for attending this memorial and honoring those values of duty, honor, and commitment. And that the heroes we honor today with this memorial, they undoubtedly possess those as well. On behalf of the other families and my own, I would like you to know that your attendance here this evening at this memorial, your greetings, your shared personal stories about our loved ones at those events really do inspire us. Your presence at these memorials lets us know that our loved ones left a lasting impact that goes far beyond the sacrifice, far beyond remembering and reading, that they made an impact on you as well. And as difficult as these memorials may be, and as wrenching as every loss we mark this evening is, each of us has to keep going forward and we must go on. Each and every one of us is called to serve, protect, and to help sculpture our society that resembles the values, the passion, the dedication, and the sacrifice made by each and every one of the fallen heroes. May the memory of these heroes never leave our midst. May their spirit never leave our hearts. And may their service be an inspiration to us all. We, the families, know that they're in a safe and beautiful place, and we thank you for honoring them with us. Thank you.